Hello guys, this is Avcoor and this video is about should you Matt. Is Matt a character that you should invest in? Why you should invest in him and why maybe you shouldn't. But for me, it was a very important change to my account. Investing in Matt changed my account dramatically. So when you look at Matt, in these videos I'll always start at the character stream because the character stream will tell you a lot about a character and where they're supposed to go. You'll notice something weird about Matt. Matt's physical attack is not as high as his magic attack, and his heal is just as high as his magic attack. And understand that the only 5 nodes that I have not unlocked are value and a tip. I just didn't see the point of leveling up value and a tip since I never use it in any of his builds. So this is his raw stats from the character stream. So Matt is designed to be a healer and secondary magic attack dealer. He has solid P attack and he has really good HP. So keep that in mind when you're building your character, that you really have to look at the character stream, and it will tell you everything you need to know about where this character is going. And the limit breaks will as well. I think Gigantic Shield at first was his best limit break, as it was able to generate 2 stacks of P defense and 2 stacks of magic defense. And if you already had those stacks incorporated, then you automatically go to high, which was very important. But Vanquishing X is a very good limit break in the fact that it drops all physical attack and magic attack. And for those enemies like Efreet on Bahamut Efreet, where you thought that you couldn't rip their magic attack and physical attack off, you can. So Matt was very valuable for me to clear Bahamut and Efreet because of this simple skill, because he was just able to weaken Efreet to the point where I could focus on doing other things. So if you, Matt, consider that Vanquishing X should be at level 1 or 2 or even 3 if you're really interested in that. Value to tip is a skill that you can pretty much ignore. I've never used it and I've cleared all the content, so there you have it. I've beaten Shiva, I've beaten Leviathan, I've beaten all the summons. The only thing I haven't done, which is my fault, is the Galbanar, and that's about it. And I never use Valiant Tip, so take it from a person who plays this game a lot. You don't need Valiant Tip. It's one of the interesting things about Matt. You can just totally skip Valiant Tip and not waste your resources. So what does the equipment on this guy look like? So let's go to crossover event. Let's go to wish list, and you'll see that Matt's weapons are pretty good, but there are certain weapons I prefer over others. So there's about 5 weapons I think you need to consider if you're serious about building Matt. First things first, there are 2 weapons that stand out of the 5. The first one we have to talk about is Centipede. I think Centipede is one of those things that set Matt apart from the rest of the pack. It really started to get my attention. I really started to invest in Matt once he got this weapon. So Recovery Circle, simply put, is one of the best healing skills in the game, as not only does it heal, but it actually increases P defense for all. I will say that the potency is a little low, so when you get it to OB6, it's only 59, which is not the best, as we'll talk about. Prime number, which actually hits the 70%, but understand that you're getting a physical defense increase, and as the game gets more complicated, you're looking for skills that do more than one thing, and Centipede is on that right path. The heal is 320, which is really nice, but when you look at our abilities, you're getting 62 points of boost heal and 26 points of buff debuff extension, which is really core to a lot of Matt's builds. So if you're going to pick up Matt at this point, your goal is to OB10 Centipede. The support material is actually really good. This is the most important support material that he has on this weapon, as you will always want this slot to be with a single target heal, because in long boss battles, you only want to heal one person. and this thing gets the job done. And you get increased healing, which is awesome. So you get magic attack boost, fulfilling his role, and it's just one of the core pieces of the setup that you want to build with Matt. The second one, of course, is Prime Number. Prime Number is the old weapon that made Matt good. That when you hit OB10, you're actually getting 74% healing potency, which is really good, but you're only getting 31. But the lightning resist, I think, will come in handy against Ramu, as you will need a healer there, and Matt actually will feel that void. But you're looking at 308 on the heal. The magic attack is really high on this weapon, but I don't think that's important. One thing that to note is that he gets buff debuff extension. So whenever they get water breach or something like that, he'll be perfect for Ramu because he'll actually get extra debuff time. And if you layer this on with Centipede, it'll actually increase the extension of any debuff that you put on. That goes for D Faith and D Brave. And it also goes for Mono Ward and Shield. So keep that in mind. The magic attack boost is great. But those are the two main weapons that if you're building Matt that you really, really want to have. Also, Core Defender. Core Defender is almost outdated, but still, if you have partially built Matt and you have this at OB3, it's okay to take it to OB6 because it's giving you magic defense 3 stacks at OB6, so that's really good. At OB10 it's great, but all you need to do is get this weapon to OB6 and it works just fine. The support material has attack boost win, but you would never put it on the main hand, so it's not really an issue. If you want to get creative, you could. But the magic attack is really high at 655, but the heal is really low. The P attack is negligible because Matt tends to like to use magic. So the fourth weapon we have to talk about is Slick Beetle. Slick Beetle is interesting because it does two things for Matt. First, it allows him to drop the P attack at OB6 to high, which I've used in the battle against the level 90 basement boss, which is really good. But it also gives you boost HP, which is very important in a lot of builds as you're trying to squeeze in space and get a lot out of your weapons and your sub equipment. So it's just a attack boost. This is mainly to be a second hand weapon as Matt is a dedicated healer in my mind. But it's really good. In fact, I rank this almost evenly with this weapon, but this edges it out a little more. So the last weapon we need to talk about is his newest weapon, which is Syringe Rapier. Syringe Rapier is something that's edging out Core Defender in my mind because at OB6 it's giving you max magic defense high, but it's also stacking on physical defense. So if you wanted to run Prime Number, you could run this weapon. There's about 3 builds that I'll show you, but one could really use Syringe Rapier because Syringe Rapier it's the next weapon I'm going to OB10 because you're getting buff debuff extension, you're getting boost HP, and I think it pairs really nice with not only Prime Number but Centipede itself. And if you wanted to main hand it, you get all cure spells, and you may want to get the boost HP. So it's really interesting. It opens up a lot of possibilities. The other weapons are pretty solid. I think the next 2 weapons that you will be interested in building, Bramble Spine, of course, because it gives you stalwart bravery. And nowadays, the team construction is as such that one person will be supporting as opposed to 2 people attacking. And Bramble Spine is a weapon that I want to build after I build Syringe Rapier. So this would be a good weapon, but it's not a priority. But you do get Cure All on the support material, and it does have physical attack boost, but the physical attack is low here. It's just the magic attack is high, so this is kind of pointless. I feel that this was extremely pointless, but that's fine. But the magic defense and boost heal are really good. Let me see. Uh, Killer Hornet is another weapon that's really good, but once again, I do not think it's the priority because for one thing, even though the damage is high, I feel that the cast time is slow, and a weapon that I'm going to show you later actually does the same thing, but it has a faster casting time. But our abilities are solid, and the siege boost is good. This has everything you want. Attack boost is actually important because sometimes you actually want to put D-Brave or D-Faith in that slot, so that's really good. The P attack is good. This is overall a good weapon, but Matt is mainly a support character, so I will argue that the weapon, the Bahamut Rapier, is better. Espee Rapier next G is the last weapon I'll talk about because it's a strong single target heal. And at OB10, you're getting 148% healing on a single ally. And understand, Cure Material actually takes up 5 ATB as well. And you gain boost magic ability potency plus 52 points and boost magic defense plus 31. So you get an attack boost fire, but the magic attack is low on this weapon. But the magic attack support slots are really good. It's a weird weapon, but I think it's actually a second hand weapon as opposed to a main hand weapon. There are other weapons I will look at real quick for you. So let's go to this one. I think this weapon is garbo except for R abilities. The R abilities are really good for Cloud, but not for this character in general. 900 physical, non-elemental damage is sus. The support effects are sus. The support material effects are sus, and the stats are pretty sus because you're supposed to be doing 900 physical, non-elemental damage, but your magic attack is higher than your physical attack, which is absolutely sus. The heal is solid, but yeah, sus. Orthodox Raven is for advanced mat users, as boost HP and boost water potency are really good. The magic attack is very good on this weapon. Wartaga, 540% magic water damage is really good. And magic attack boosts across, very solid weapon, but like I said, Matt is more support. Absolute Royal is a passion of mine. Magic attack 4639, pretty standard. It doesn't deal like maximum ice damage, so it'll never be edge wings. The magic attack will never be edge wings, so when you look at that, it's pretty sus. But you do get X Sigil boost, which you have to consider sometimes. So if you do the Gold Bomb event, this is a good weapon, even at base level. Core Sting is a solid weapon, but once again, our abilities do not match the weapon itself because you're getting boost physical attack and boost wind potency. Core Sting actually does magic damage and it reduces magic defense. So it's like not congruent. And this is a problem with some of Matt's weapons. And once again, you get attack boost because the devs were just experimenting. So there you have it for all his weapons. But once again, Matt has such strong support weapons that the weapons that you don't bother using don't really matter. So let's go and look at some builds with Matt, and you'll understand how good this guy really is. So let's go to the first build I have for Matt. It sits at 92,000 power, which is really good. I'll say that the best costume they gave Matt will actually be Eggman's white coat. There's another costume that Matt got with his Killer Hornet that gave you HP and physical attack. Don't think it was worth it. And Matt didn't get many costumes anyway, so Eggman's white coat was a must for me because it gives you boost 15 HP, which takes you to level 3. It gives you boost heal, which takes you to level 2, which starts you off on your support journey. So this build is a typical Matt build. First of all, he has his main hand weapon, which is Centipede. So this provides you with healing, and it also provides you with an extension on buffs and debuffs. So that's why we have Core Defender in the second hand slot, so he can buff physical attack and magic, physical defense and magic defense. Of course, we have the gold heal in the bottom spot because it benefits from boost heal potency. This is a generic spot for whatever you need. I just made it a sigil break slot, and this is another generic spot for wherever you need because Matt's slots are pretty flexible because he's support, so keep that in mind. I added on Vanquishing X because maybe you want to drop the physical and magic attack. So this is pretty much a late game build. Sub weapons are as such. The reason why I construct the sub weapons like this is one, you want some HP stat stick, which is always at this slot, and you want to buff his heal, which is always this slot. And nowadays you do want Matt to support other units because he is a support unit. So you may want the physical version of a limit break weapon or the magic version of a limit break weapon. I think most of the time he prefers to have a magical version of the limit break weapon to support himself and other parties because Magic Attack 3000 is not good, but it's good for a healer. 3219 heal is good for a healer, so very solid build here. So the next map build is the Sigil Break build. So with Sigil Breaking with Matt, I think sadly Bramble Rapier is the best one because it has a very fast cast speed as opposed to Killer Hornet. And not only that, is it giving you magic defense, which sometimes you need on higher level summon content because most summons only deal magic damage. So the magic defense is much appreciated and the magic tech is actually much appreciated. So this is a very cheap weapon to build, so it doesn't hurt your resources. So you get Centipede again, and you get the heal right here. These things are flex, but sometimes in higher level boss battles, and especially against the summons, you actually want to debuff magic. So we have the defafe here, and sometimes you want to cure some sort of status effect. So we have the cure status effect here. Aidman's white coat always, and we have Vanquishing X in order to lower the magic attack stat or physical attack stat. It doesn't matter. Whatever they build, this weapon can kill it, which is pretty important. So here we actually have a mix of magic attack, magic defense, and physical defense because this is why Bahamut's Rapier is so good because it's actually putting up your magic defense. So it allows you to either stack on magic defense. I'll show you real quick something pretty cool that you can do with Matt sometimes and will make you think about his builds. So let's go here. And you're automatically hitting 198 on your magic defense. That's why I think that Bahamut Rapier is so good. You have your healing stack stick and you have your support weapon here. And he always, with Aidman's white coat, where Aidman's white coat is able to jump over that 10,000 bin, and then you experiment there. So the last build I have to show you is a maximum heal build. It's right now currently is the highest I can push my heals. I actually can probably get to 4,000, but I just don't want to pump this up to OB to level 120, and I don't want to pump up this to level 120 yet. But if I did, I would definitely get to 4,000 very, very easily within reach. So here are the our ability to show you how high it can go. Because 62 points actually pushes you over the top. 72 points literally gets you to level 8. So just Aidman's white coat and OB10 Centipede actually gives you to level 8 healing. It's just, it becomes a bigger climb from there, which I don't understand. I thought it'd be nice if they just like dropped it at 90. That would be fair to me, but they did it this way. And so you have boost magic defense. You always want to have HP and a defensive stat on your mat if you can afford it. But this is mainly to pump out heals as fast as possible. You have the trifecta of Centipede, Prime Number, and a strong healing materia. So you have whatever here, something that pushes heals, but it can be anything in order to support the party. So here we have actually physical attack support as opposed to magic attack support. We still have Bahamut's gloves, and we have Aerith's weapon at 110, the fairy tale. But understand when you play this character, the sub weapons are pretty easy to manage because there's two things you want on Matt: heal and HP, and a lot of free to play weapons actually play into his builds. So the question is, should you Matt? And I think you should because, first of all, Matt is the only healer for first soldier content. So if you go to first soldier, understand that there's only four characters you can play on this content. It's Sephiroth, Glenn, and Lucia. And the last one is Matt, and Matt is the only character that actually has healing weapons and costumes that enable healing. So in my mind, you should definitely Matt. And if you Matt, just go after the Centipede in the prime number, and that will get you through every piece of first soldier content that you could ever want. But anyways, if you like this content, hit the like, share, subscribe button. I'll get back to you. Have a great day and laters.